Does Emma know you're...
They round up the easy to grab ones, so. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just, I can't just stand around and watch these fascists and these police. I need to do more. These fascists, they're just the symptom. Everything's so much worse now. This country, this planet. I mean, I need to do more. Maybe. I've been thinking about this pipeline. You know, I need to focus. Yeah, me too.
But remember, the long game's getting into Greenstorm. Oh, come on, you've never been close to flipping anyone near Greenstorm. No, wrong. I let myself get angry. Okay? Besides, there's good news that Karen's report failed to mention. Ava's moving in with me. Well, yeah, because we get to split the housework. It's got to look like a real relationship, right? I got this all under control. I promise.
Those two are your targets for phase 3. Yeah, we know she thought a favor with him, and that's why the plan works so well. Not the obvious route into the organization, but she's credible. Don't crap, she's just worried about you meeting her ex. People are simple machines. The digestive system's easily confused. Excellent. Let them approach you. Let's leave that for the final report. Those two are your targets.
Yeah, well, the mission's moved into phase 2. We are driving to Silver Ridge Camp next week, and it will be very romantic. Yes, Ava's good friends Eric and Peter will be there too. Yeah, but thing is, there's some bad blood there, Mike. Something she's not telling me. Yeah. Yeah, she's really credible. And when I told her I'd heard of this organizing group, though, I suggested we share a ride. Something came over her, though. She got stomach cramps. Anyway, I'll hang around the camp, let him see me with her, and let it sink in. Then I will make contact. That's my plan, by the book. Mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the best agent of them all? Hmm? Hmm?
There's talk of escalating the actions. Greenstorm people talking about sabotage on a bigger scale. Hey, David.
Hey.
You heard anything about that?
Yeah, no, that's all internet noise.
I don't know. I think it's serious. And I'd like to know if anybody else here agrees that maybe it's time we talk about it. You said before that this was a war. Perhaps that's right.
Yeah, Nick, can I ask a quick question? Why are you always so keen for us to incriminate ourselves?
What? I'm not. I'm just...
No, you know you remind me of, Chris?
Sorry?
You remind me of this guy I saw once. But his name wasn't Chris, it was Simon. Does that sound familiar? Simon McMillan, right? Ex-Army, works for Black Kite Logic, everybody's favorite military contractor. Hold on one second. Yeah, no, you do look a lot like him. But you can't be that Simon McMillan, right? Because then that would make you a corporate spy for Prosper, right? Hmm?
Chris, what is this?
Chris?
Hey, look, guys. Come on. Let's talk about this, okay?
So this is true then, what he's telling us right now.
What the fuck, Chris?
Yeah, see? Everybody, this is Simon McMillan, okay? He is an employee of Black Kite sent on behalf of Prosperin, okay, to spy on our meetings. You were trying to inform on our constitutionally protected activities, pal. It's called entrapment.
You cunt! And I had you over for dinner! In my home!
Hey, get away from me.
Hey!
Don't touch me. Don't touch me.
Hey, wire?
Hey, look.
He doesn't have a wire, guys. He doesn't have a wire. He's probably recording us on his phone.
Get his phone! Get his phone! Motherfucker!
Hey, look, I can explain. All right? I'm no traitor.
Who are you?
Get out. Just get out.
That Prosper, of course, okay?
Can you turn that off, please?
We're moving to the second phase. Soon we're going to round up all your Detroit friends. Everyone was on that boat. Okay, this is going to look like a well-organized operation. She was on the boat. It helps to have a pretty face in the lineup. Remind the public that terrorists come in all shapes and sizes. Okay, you need to start following protocol. No! Listen. Listen to me, David. Okay? We are the ones upholding law and order. We're the ones who keep the darkness back. The irony of this job is that to uphold those laws, we're the ones who sometimes have to bend them. Okay? We bend them, we don't break them. I've been doing this for a long time, and I have made my men contort and twist themselves in all manner of ways. But none of them have broken. Please don't be the first.
And a year later, Princess Emma gives birth to a beautiful baby girl. And later that week, she's putting that little baby into a cot when suddenly that little man appears again, that imp, and he says, "I have come for what is mine." the baby. And the princess, she begs and begs and please, no, don't take my baby. I'll give you anything. She offers him all the riches in the kingdom. She offers him everything, but he refuses. So she gets on her knees and she pleads, please, please, I'll give you anything. And she says, okay, if you can guess my name, I will not take your baby. But if you cannot, the baby is mine. I will give you 3 guesses. And then he disappears. And the princess, she's terrified. So she calls in all of her staff and all the spies and the soldiers or anyone who has a horse to go and scour the kingdom to figure out this little imp's name. And the next day, the first spy returns and he tells her, oh, okay, sure. Okay, Daniel. So the imp appears and he asks if she has a guess and she says, Daniel? But the imp laughs. Wrong! 2 more guesses. And he disappears. And the very next day, another spy returns. But this time he says that he's heard villagers talking about a strange man who lives in the mountains. Now, No, honey. That would end the story too soon. A little too soon. Ah, okay. All right. Well, okay, in that case, the spy returns and says Rumpelstiltskin is this strange man's name, and the princess waits in her room, and at midnight the imp arrives, and he says, now your second guess, and he cackles, and he's gonna rub it in his hands, and the princess smiles and looks him in the eye, and she says, Rumpelstiltskin. And the imp is amazed. I mean, he's so surprised that he faints, like, right in front of her, and Emma has him arrested and thrown in the deepest, darkest dungeon, and she lives happily ever after, and the end. Okay. Good night. I love you. Hey. And a year later, that little girl is with Let me get that.
daughter's life.
And Emma gives him a hug because she's a nurse, and that's what nurses do when men cry. And that's when David gets out of his car and comes into the apartment with his pistol drawn. And when he opens the door and he sees Paul and Emma, he doesn't look handsome anymore. He looks angry. Paul steps back and he looks scared. And Emma looks scared too. And David fires his pistol and he shoots Paul in the lung. It takes Paul about 10 minutes to die. Emma could have helped stop the bleeding and maybe he could have lived, but David tells her not to. It was unlikely that Paul would have made it. And sometimes David points out it's better just to let the bad guys die. After watching a guy bleed out together, they get married. That helps make things make sense. Even so, Emma is sure that she'll be scared of